giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby, and twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just twist your body and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, but I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Let's not get ahead of my time. Oh, but I don't wanna miss you, baby. So I stand up and speak just my mind. Oh. You're chilling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're chilling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, 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 oh.
Well, here we go, folks. Welcome back to VP4TV. It's yet another match on the one-loss side. We have in the 2023 Virtual World Straight Pool Championship. It's USA versus UK tonight. Race to 150. We've got Mr.Bill up against Semipto. Bill sitting in the lobby waiting. Semipto at the moment, quick double check, nowhere to be seen. So that match is going at the top of the hour. I don't know whether I've got the bracket up. No, I don't. Hang on a minute. We just need to have a look at the schedule. It hasn't changed from the last time we looked. We've got the 3 matches scheduled. Well, it might have changed. I don't know now, but it certainly didn't have earlier. No, it's still the same. We've got this match tonight. And then we've got Cobra against Fast Eddie on Sunday evening at 6 PM, so that'll be 1 PM Eastern. What's that? 10 AM Pacific, I think that is. And that, of course, is a one-loss side as well. Then we have the match that we're looking forward to on the winner's side. I think it's a round 4 match. I could be wrong. It's MC Clarkey up against Acero. And that's going to be 5 PM this Tuesday coming. I'll be around hopefully for all of those, certainly this one tonight. And well, tonight's match, going into it, Bill won't be the favourite. I'm sure that won't bother him. And I think that Semipto going in as a favourite will have that bit more pressure on him to try and deliver and take this tournament out, because he's still the favourite, being on still in the tournament. But of course he's going to have to do it the hard way and come through this one-loss side. The obvious thing for both players is when you get in to make some sort of score that makes a dent into that total and puts the pressure on the opponent. It's all the usual cliches. But I think it's more important that Bill does that, if only just to have Semipto getting on top of himself, because that's if Bill can't beat him, Semipto will beat himself, and he can do that in a number of ways. He can certainly pot more balls than Semipto. He can also make sure that Semipto can't get balls to pot, but Bill's going to be generally aggressive. The 9-ball player in him will come through. Whether that will work out for him, we're going to see that. Welcome to Slim. Good afternoon. And welcome to anybody else. No, it's not copyrighted, Slim. None of the music I'm playing is copyrighted, because it's straight off. I don't know why you don't use YouTube's audio library. All the audio library on there is there's some that you have to put a mention, but all the ones that don't have any copyright tab next to them, you don't choose them. You choose the ones that don't, and you won't get any strikes for it. I've never had a strike for any music I've used off YouTube's audio library, because that's why it's there. They want you to use it. But the ones that have a copyright tab next to them, you have to give it a credit to the producer of the music, but I can't be bothered with that, so I just choose the ones that don't. Go through and pick some of the blues stuff, some of the rock stuff that's there, some of the what do you call it, country music and stuff like that. There's some just background noise. That's all it is at the end of the day. But no, never been done for that. You don't have to go to external websites to get it. You just use YouTube. All I do is have a YouTube page up in the background before I start the stream, and then just start the music and tab out to it. Well, good news is Semipto's arrived. I'm going to have a quick tab, talking about a quick tab. Quick look, Steve isn't there. The assumption was he was going to join. He might be late, and if that's the case, then we will wait until we see signs of life in the room once this room goes up. So hopefully I'm coming through loud and clear. I'll just tab to the tournament page, or to the tournament, what is it you call it again? The tournament, whatever it is. That, I'm on it, I'm on the tournament tab. Welcome to Cobra, welcome to Slim, Dwight, and anybody else that's out there watching. Hopefully we'll have a good match, because that's what I'm interested in. I want to see a good match. I want to see how the players handle the pressure. And going back on that previous match, I want to make a public apology for the amount of laughing I was doing at that last match. It was bloody awful. It was torture to watch. But I do want to apologise to both the players for. Well, I wasn't so much taking the piss out of them. I think they were taking the piss out of themselves the way things were going. Welcome to Mark. I'm going to do one last tab. This room hasn't shown. It's about to go though. And he's still not there, so he's going to be late, I think. So the room is now up. We're getting in. We'll get ready for the lag. Bill already in. Again, getting some practice in on the lag. That's a bit too heavy. I would expect him to get inside that first diamond. Oh, well, he's not going to get that chance. He's going to have to do it now. So we've got Semi-Pro nearest me, Bill on the far side. Look as if they're both using the same cues. And Bill's heavy again. And Semi-Pro's not getting there. So Bill wins the lag. And of course, he's handed it over to Semi-Pro. And Steve's arrived. We'll watch the break. Semi-Pro going for the... that's a good break. I don't think he's left anything. Well, you just got in, Steve. I don't know whether you saw the lag there and saw the break-off shot, but Semi-Pro's got his break-off working, I think.
I saw the break. I think he sold out, didn't he?
No, he's left an 11 ball on.
Yeah, he sold out here. This is no good.
Yeah. Well, it was a fraction of an inch from being good. It looked good from this end, I have to say. Well, we've had no predictions yet from the audience. If Bill's going to win it, it's going to be tight. If Semi's going to win it, he might run away with it. It could be that, or it could be the opposite. Who knows?
Well, Semi's a heavy favorite, but we'll see which Semi shows up. And, you know, with Bill, we'll see which Bill shows up. If the good Bill shows up, he should be in this. You know, unless Semi did what he did against LS3 and has two big runs. That's hard to combat.
He's left it short. I think he was trying to get to there to play the break shot and break all these balls. He hasn't got there.
You know what? I think he's going to need to shoot the 3 here probably.
Well, he might be trying the 5 to get round for the 3 from the other side and play it top down.
I don't think that's worth it, to be honest with you.
That's tight, that 3 ball.
I think the 12 ball could be dead. It's close. Yeah, it's probably going to hit the end rail. I don't think it's quite good enough. Maybe from the other angle, though. It's 12 ball's close.
Into the side.
Yeah, and you've got a 14-10 combo you can play, too. That 14-10 combo is, I think, doable. It's tight, too. Let's see.
Well, I
don't know. It's tight, too.
I think it's too tight. Well, I see that Earl has got through to the last 64.
The 12 ball's dead in the side pocket. 9 to 9-12. All he had to do was hit that and stay low. He could have. The 12 ball's dead.
Well, that's the one I thought you were talking about, into the side.
Yeah. Well, that's dead.
Yeah, I was saying Earl's through at the last 64, but his match should be up at some point on the live stream on YouTube.
Who's Earl's?
Earl Strickland.
Oh, he's already got a loss, doesn't he? He lost the first round.
Yeah, but he's got through the last 64. This is last 64 day today, or through the last 32 if he wins. But I believe his match is upcoming very soon. I don't know when, but that's what I was told on the live stream earlier on.
Well, that was a nice play by Bill. The balls didn't come apart that great, though.
Well, what's he got now?
Well, he's either going to shoot the 10 or the 5. He could shoot the 14, but the cue ball's going nowhere good, so I think it's the 10 or the 5. You know, if you recognize that 12 ball is still dead on the side, if you recognize that he could shoot the 5 and play position on the 10, and he's always got the 9-12.
Watch the cue ball. Oh, disaster straight off the bat.
But, you know, he made life tough by not seeing that dead ball in the stack.
Well, Semipto will have had plenty of time to look at the dead ball in the stack, but I don't know whether he'll be playing that because he'll be a ball in hand with the 13.
Yeah, he's probably just going to shoot the 13. I don't think he has a lot of choice.
Well, Bill's had one visit and it's ended up in a scratch, so hopefully this match doesn't take the same pattern the one did the other night. It was scratch, 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 scratch. I think you'd fleas.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to. Yeah, he needed to crank that 5 ball if he's going to come around. I would have been drawing it and coming back for the 10.
Well, this is it, I think.
What the hell was that?
This is what he's played for.
There?
What's
Did
that?
I miss something?
Oh, I'll tell you what I missed. He played the ball in the kitchen. That's what it was, because Bill scratched. What a numpty. Oh, Semipto. He's put his foot right in it there. Yeah, Bill of course scratched. Semipto with ball in hand. He played the ball in the kitchen.
Boy, that's
Well, that needs to be punished. Well, Semipro's already got inside his own head with that shot. Yeah, of course it's a stupid rule, Larry, when you do something numptish like that. I'm laughing again.
yeah, well, I'll tell you something that's real interesting. And, you know, because I had always questioned, is a ball that's on the line of the head string, is that in the kitchen or out of the kitchen? And I can tell you, I figured out that it's out of the kitchen, and I can tell you how I figured that out. Because in straight pool, when a ball spots on that head spot and you've got ball in hand in the kitchen, you can shoot that ball in the head spot.
Yeah.
So well, that means that the line is outside of the kitchen.
Yeah, but how much of the ball is in or out of the kitchen? That's the question, Steve, when you look at it.
No, you always go by the base of the ball. So it's the base of the ball. If it's on the line, then you're out of the kitchen. Now, obviously, being able to tell whether it's on the line or not is pretty hard.
Well, we've got a 12 ball that's going to be the break ball, I would assume, unless he takes the 12 and leaves the 14, but I think the 12's the better ball, where it is sitting next to the pack.
Well, I'll tell you something else. If boy, this could just be it cost him huge.
It needs to slow up. It needs to slow up. Well, now he's got to play a good shot. All about the pace.
I'll tell you something weird that happened.
You know, here he comes.
I had the players reversed on my I just went out and left the room and came back. Now they're correct.
What, was you out of sync?
The players were out of sync. They were wrong.
Well, I'm watching Bill at the moment, so hopefully I'm not out of sync.
No, I mean, it was just you're right. I mean, mine was showing semi-pro shooting and the score being reversed. Just the player names were reversed. It was bizarre.
Right, well, what score have you got in the board at the moment?
That's 13 to -1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, this isn't good. This isn't good. This is end of visit.
Yeah, well, he hit that pretty easy. It might not be end of visit. This is where you got to start looking around.
Well, I'm looking around. I don't see anything jumping out at me.
You can bank the 2-ball.
That's
I'm
about
not
it.
sure that's a wonderful shot, but it may be what he has to do in this position because it's going to be hard to play safe.
Well, I don't think he wants to risk doing that simply because if he's going to hit the pace, he's going to bring stuff out.
I think he can just roll the 2-ball softly to the rail, and be okay. Of course, you're giving up the bank that way.
He's trying to dink behind the 6. I think he'll come out in front of it.
If he's going to do that, he has to masse it a little. You can get behind it if you masse it a little. Well, he's going to go ahead and shoot it. Now he's going to need to put some left English on this. I think. I think without left English, the shot's a little tough, and he is.
Oh, he's nailed it.
Hit it perfect.
He's nailed it, but has he got a shot again?
Yeah, he's fine.
Well, he's got the 5. Nothing else doing this end of the table. So 5 up table, and he's going to be hampered. Well, this is again where you use the W key.
Right in the throat. We're pretty close. Yeah, and I'll tell you something about semi-pro. This is just the kind of thing that just can twist his panties in a knot.
That's exactly what I was saying. You know, Bill is either going to beat him or Semi-Pro is going to beat himself. One of the two. But I think Bill's got himself a bit straight in this 3-ball. I think it is. Oh, now has he got a shot again? Well, he's going to have to cut the 15 if he's nothing else. 14 does go. It's tightish, but in off the left-hand side of the pocket, you've got loads of room.
Yeah, Slim, I like that.
He's overcut it. He's overcut it. Oh dear. Well,
I mean, sometimes
reprieve.
Sometimes visually having a ball next to a ball bothers people. That's why. See, the way I aim balls is I see the whole ball. And the way you see the whole ball is you see both sides of it, not just the front side of it. And on those kind of shots, you want to concentrate on the back side of the object ball. Because when the front side's got a ball next to it that's partially blocking it, you just don't have the right visual. And that's how you miss that shot.
Oh, Semi-Pro's out to redeem himself a lot sooner than he thought.
Well, Bill let him off the hook.
Yeah.
That's for sure. So we've got Cobra Fast Eddie coming up on Sunday.
Yeah.
And Matt and Arrow on Tuesday. So we got a lot of good stuff. Are you going to be able to do that Matt Acero match?
I'll be around for all of them.
Oh, good. I should be here for Sunday. Tuesday, I might be a little late because I usually play golf Tuesday morning, but I usually play around 8 a.m.
So it's only 5 days a week you play golf now. You're cutting it down.
No. Usually it's 2 or 3.
Well, there's a bit of work to be done in that left side of the table.
Well, now's an opportunity to move balls if you want to shoot to 14. I'm not sure that moving balls is a smart thing to do, to be honest with you. But I think I would have shot to 14 and got it out of there.
Well,
he's perfect now to stun over on the 8. Of course, 8's his break ball. He should have shot to 14 right then when he had the chance, because it's blocking everything. Once that 14's out of the way, all 4 of those balls went. You know, that's just a bad decision to leave the 14. Now, you know, he's in trouble. I don't know what he's doing here.
Well,
I guess he's going to try to shoot the 1 and then the 14.
Well, it'll either be 1, 7, 13. I don't know. Well, he's going to be the 14.
He's probably going to have to shoot the 1 up table. Maybe he rolled up on the 13. No, because see, this is why he didn't want to leave it. Because where that 13 ball is, everything's funny. I mean, it was a thin cut, but not a cut that you're going to miss into these pockets.
Now he should be happy.
He came out of that good, yeah. But you know, it's just you do that, it just reduces the chance. Get the blocking ball out of the way. That was the key to the puzzle. Kind of like that thing, Hugh, and where the guy waits until he's got 2 balls on the table before he tries to break his ball out. So he's shooting 1 and trying to break out the other, and maybe he's not coming up with a shot. Kind of the same thing as straight pull when you leave those blocking balls in place.
Well, he's got an angle, but not a great deal. But he's going to have to force this.
This could be a scratch. Let's see if he comes back.
Yeah.
Now, did he get away with it? He did. And a matter of fact, he got away with it in a great way. Now, I would not stun this just because you don't want to get stuck. He probably will. See, that's why you don't stun it. He's lucky he's even got a shot.
Yeah.
Now, he could have drawn it or he could have gone forward.
He could have just went forward. He would have been on at least a 4 ball.
Well, you know, that 3 ball could have rolled up right on top of it, locked him up. Then you would have seen the Q spinner, the shaking back and forth, and you know, like he got a bad roll where he just shot the ball the wrong way. I mean, I've said over and over and over again about not doing that, you know, and I've talked about, you know, a lot of times on angles going forward, and he seems to think that that's going to scratch more, but you know, granted, you have to know when to do it and when not, but he's very stubborn about this, and he's sticking with this stun it on the break shot, and it's going to cost him eventually. It almost did there.
Oh, here we go. He's going for the smash here. Or is he?
Boy, I'd rather do it off the 7. I mean, he could stop this and shoot it. He doesn't, you know. See, I don't like doing that because you're just not going to get that much speed on the cue ball coming into a bunch of balls that are not all together and kind of not going to separate well.
Well, he's going to hit the 4 balls off this 7. He's looking around, but that he should be looking around after he plays the shot because he's going to move. Oh, he's hit the one ball.
That was what you had to watch out for. Either they're coming off the side of the 11 or 9 and scratching up in the corner. You know, when you have a real small target and there's no pocket, you got to make sure you hit the ball you're running into pretty solid so you avoid that go up table or a side pocket scratch.
Got to get rid of that 6 ball. Is he playing it now? No, he's playing the 12. Oh.
Yeah, he's trying to do it. But you know, he's not really playing in a very good rhythm right now. I mean, he needs to go back and watch the match he played at LS3 and look at the rhythm he played in, because that's the rhythm he needs to play in.
Well, he can play the 6 ball and come around the other side and get rid of the 15 as well here, I think. I think he can come around the back.
Yeah, well, ideally you want to get on the 9 ball so you can shove the 13 out as a break ball.
That's what he's trying.
Yeah, and that's probably good enough. You know, you may actually want to stun this into the 15 first, because the problem is she's got a little bit too much angle. And that's the problem with too much angle. He did stun it into the 15 first, and the 13 still went too far. He needed to be a little higher up on that 9 ball. I mean, that was a funny spot. He can still use the 13 to break on. He's trying to figure out how to get to it. I liked his original idea, shoot the 14. Well, that's not really where you want the cue ball.
I think you can
I
either...
think he can pull back and miss the 15. He doesn't want to get much. This shot you hit with left English. And if you hit that shot with left English, it will not move over as much.
Now, is he going to go inside or outside? He's going inside.
Go. I would try to get that all the way to the rail. Now, this one I would definitely go forward on. Yeah, see, and he's not going to do that. He's just going to keep doing the wrong thing.
Until it goes wrong.
There's almost no way you can get screwed on that. We saw Hairpig well, he didn't scratch, but he got screwed on that shot where he went forward, came off the end rail, and rolled up. The whole pack split up, and he ended up with no shot. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
That was a bad roll because the cue ball separated, the balls came apart, and that was really bad luck the way he rolled up. But he hit the right shot. Semi-pro's lucky he even had a shot there.
Well, he might be struggling here. Or is he going to play the combo?
He tried to force it through the rack, and I think, you know, it would have spread a little better if the cue ball didn't hop.
Is he called the right ball? He's called the 10.
He's calling the 10, I believe.
Because he can't get to the potting angle for the combo.
This is a shot, and straight pull comes up all the time. You should almost never miss this. I mean, I know guys don't like that shot, but that shot, it's another one of those shots that in straight pull, you shoot it all the time. See what he does here. I mean, the 3-7 looks good. He's going to shoot the 11 and maybe slide over towards the 2. Maybe pull it into the 4. And he's going to roll forward. I probably wouldn't have done that. The 3-7 was sitting good, but he's okay.
Well,
he's got to get the 3 out of there because it's blocking the 9.
What's the break ball here then?
Well, I mean, the 12 works, but he's got to shoot the 3 now, I think. And he needs to get back to this side of the table because the 9, 2, 4, and 8 all go there. And he can get back using... this is the funny part here, and that might be a good decision, is get to this side of the table right now and deal with these balls. Because when you got 4 balls like that, and they all go in one corner pocket, and none of them go on the other except for the 4 ball, and you would have had to get on it perfect, that's like, you end up probably shooting that 12 ball anyways to get on them. And so shooting it now wasn't really a bad decision at all.
Well, the question is you're trying to leave that 3 ball there and leave the 15 to go on the 3 and then get rid of the 7 pretty soon.
That's what he needs to do. Yes, he needs to keep the 15.
So 7 and out and up for the 4 and 8.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
See, he's going to shoot this, which I think's a mistake, and I'll tell you why that's a mistake. Because
the 15's dead easy to go on the 3, wasn't it?
Yeah, the problem with the 4-8 is if you get a little funny on one of them, then getting on the other one where you can get to the 3 is difficult. Now, chances are that if he just comes up above them and doesn't come short like that, see, that was the way he was going to get screwed, was coming short. On that shot, you had to make sure you were high, because then you have your choice of the balls, and you can go to the end rail or side rail. That wasn't what you want to do. See, now things get a little dicey.
Oh, he's okay though.
He got there. He got the angle he needs.
Oh, he's going to be stuck in the
didn't
rail,
hit
is
that
he?
good. Well, that's,
Oh, he's
I,
got
I
an
would
angle.
rather have a little more angle than a little less angle. He's going outside, which is probably okay here. He's going to have to hit this pretty hard. He needs to go through and out. Yep. And the reason those didn't separate very good is because he didn't have enough angle. Now, I will say this, when you're going forward through the rack, you need a little bit more angle than when you're drawn back. Although neither one's going to separate great when you don't have a lot of angle. But when you're going forward, you need to come into the balls like at a steep enough angle that it doesn't slide off them.
Welcome to Tyler A.
Well, he hit that pretty good and it came up with not a lot. I think he's got the 5-11 combo. He can shoot the 2 ball. Yeah, he's going to shoot the 2, it looks like. Tyler A.
Watch the cue ball.
Watch out. And then he got the rack separated. So,
well,
Semi-Pro is starting to get into a little rhythm here.
It's already
He's
cost Bill 40
better.
points.
Yeah.
That scratch.
Well, we knew up front that Bill was going to have to play well to win this match.
I don't think Bill can rely on Semi-Pro doing anything numpty-ish. Well, obviously he won't do because he won't have ball in hand to do it in the kitchen.
The bottom line is once Semi-Pro gets comfortable, if he can get comfortable and get in rhythm, he's probably the best player in the tournament. But that's a big if for him because he just seems to struggle to get in that mode.
Well, he's definitely trying to. Well, everybody's trying to do this, but he's trying to inflict ultimate pain in Bill and run right out here all the way. Long way to go yet.
He might. I mean, when I criticize him for the way he's playing some of these break shots, it doesn't mean that they won't work. It means that the percentage chance of them working is lower than it should be. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't mean he can't run out, but it means that he's not going to have as good a chance if he was hitting the break shots in the right way. And it's the same thing with patterns. And I think that's one of the hard things to learn about pool is you can run out doing a lot of stuff wrong. You know, you play 9-ball or 10-ball or something, you can run. I watch people run out a lot doing the wrong thing. But the difference is when you get in a match and you're playing like against a pro and you can only make 2 mistakes the whole time and you don't get out on a couple racks that because you played the wrong pattern, that turns into a loss. So it becomes a level of competition thing. You can get away with playing the wrong way until you get to the really good competition, and then that's where you start having problems. And ask me how I know that.
Well, because you've done it.
Because I lost a lot because I was doing the wrong things.
Well, again, it's going to be interesting to see what he's keeping as a break ball here. Welcome to Sharky. Sharky9.
Yeah, hi Sharky9. Hi Tyler. Well,
he's left himself a bit short. I don't believe he wanted to sit there for the 5-ball.
The 9's a pretty shitty break ball. I would be looking to break probably. Well, the 9's okay. It's a little higher than I thought. It's not terrible. He'll probably keep the 9. I mean, he could keep the 13 because the 7 is in a good spot to get on the 13. Yeah, that was not very good. He's going to have to cut this 4-ball, I think.
Well, that was pretty poor, to be honest with you.
Yeah. But that's what you have to look for in these side pocket break shots, is a ball where you can just stop it or just roll it. It's not going to be difficult to get on the ball because, you know, you've got a very small area to get the right angle on that 12 or 13.
Well, he's got to be sitting reasonably squarish on this 13. because
Yeah,
that 13's above the top of the pack there, so he's got to get into it.
If this was me, I'd be shooting a stop shot, making the 12 in the side pocket.
Yeah.
I think the 12 goes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And sliding over for the 7 and just hitting the 7 and, you know, rolling forward the cue ball a couple inches, which you can control really well.
Oh, he's in trouble now, is he?
He wants a break on the 12 ball, so he does something crazy there. All he had to do was stop shot, stun shot, hit the 7, roll forward. He's perfect on the 13.
Well, he had a slight angle on that pot for stopping it dead. I don't know whether it would have stopped it dead in a decent line in that 12.
He could have stopped it in it was pretty straight. He could have stopped it and got a shot on the 12. This is one of my little pet peeves of watching people on VP play this game, is that they don't, you know, they don't want to shoot certain break shots because they've never done it, or they've rarely done it. And you have to recognize that was sitting in a perfect situation to easily get on the ball.
You should easily spot that for the side pocket break. Well, he's banked it well.
Yeah. Well, because normally you don't want to play for that shot. You only do it when you have a ball that makes it really easy to get on it, because the area you have to get in is like just a few inches in diameter.
No, can he dink around the corner and miss that 12 and play the 12 into the side? Because the 12's perfect for the break in the side pocket.
I think he's going to hit this. It's very close. You know, a lot of it depends on the speed, but I think he's got to put some speed on this.
Yeah, he's got to get it running.
And again, getting on the 12. Although the 12, where it is, you've got a little bit more room. You probably got about a 10-inch area there where you're probably in pretty good shape. See, he must think it's going to hit the 12, or he's not looking for the side pocket break shot.
Yeah, I think
because this is the problem with this shot is, besides the fact that you have to make it, is it's tricky getting position on the 12 for a break shot.
Well, he's back to the first option. He's ran into the 12. The 12's going to get into the pack and get down onto the
well,
break
he
spot.
really got a lot. And yeah, here we go with safety, which, you know, I mean, all said and done, having to play safe here isn't the end of the world.
Well, it's still a decent enough contribution. It puts pressure on Bill for his mistake. The run ends on 51.
Yeah, that's the thing is, you know, the negative about this, what happened is that now he's going to get into a safety battle, which he could lose. But the positive is, at this point, he hasn't given up control of the table.
Well, you can't see the 10. That's the problem with the 10. Of the 12, I should say.
No, he can't see that ball. No, he's just gonna play off the 10 ball and come back here and put it behind the rack.
He's saying 10 banks in the middle. No way.
That wasn't a particularly good shot. Not that the 12 is wonderful. See if anything in the rack is dead.
No, it doesn't look like it. Well, Bill, if he's going to push this up table, he needs to push it up well into the kitchen, near that rail, if he's going to do that. In fact,
this is a risky shot here.
He can't get enough of it, and he's left it short.
Yeah, well, at least he got it past the side pocket, though.
he couldn't get enough of it to bank it up table.
That actually came out pretty good for him.
Well, if Semipto is going to go for the pot.
Well, a pot on what? Can he see that ball? Well, I don't think he can see the 12.
Yes, he can. Commentator's eye, Steve. Yeah.
Yeah, I can never tell in this game, shooting by balls. Obviously, you can, because he just made it.
Well,
it looked like it was easy to make it.
He's going to go for the old heave-ho here.
Well, see, this is a mistake. If he would have stayed above the 10 ball, yes. From here, not such a good idea.
Oh, no, he's calling the safety. I thought he was going to go for the let's run it round 5 rails.
That's the right thing to do. And he's put it in the right spot. So Bill's probably going to try to run into a head ball, which is pretty tricky, especially with a rack kind of like this. You might even consider trying to hit into 2. Yeah, here we go.
Uh-oh.
And there's the risky part.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, see, he just sold out, and that's perfect to break these balls. Now, you got to be a little bit careful. This break shot could go wrong, but I think he's going to take a whack at it. I like the way he hit it. See, he kept from getting above the 15 by putting some English on it, and that was smart because bad things could have happened if he got on the top side of that 15. Yeah, Semipro does a lot of good stuff. He could be really good at this game if he just learned a few more things. I think he could be running like 500-600 ball runs.
Well, this match could be running away from Bill in 2 visits. It could be running away from him. That was a poor safety from Bill.
Well, you know, I think Bill's kind of at the level where not getting a lot of opportunities is a difficult match for him. I mean, there's really, in my mind, on this game, in these kind of situations, I've only seen 3 guys that I thought played really well with limited opportunities, and that was Albin, Cobra, and Semipro. I think there's a bunch of guys that play good enough to be competitive in those situations that just haven't figured out how to do it when they only get a few chances.
Got to go on the 9, unless it's a combo with 8. Well, it's not exactly, but he could make it, but he's going to take it when he can get on it. Now, I don't think he wants to be taking any of this 4 ball, does he?
Nah, he's got the 7. The 7's a good break ball. I like shooting this 4 because he's going to get rid of his problems here.
Yeah, he's probably going with your idea.
I wouldn't have shot it that way, but it's going to work. I would have stunned it so I came back into the 8 and 9 and pushed them both down towards the end rail in the corner pocket that the 8 went to. Just because you knew when you came over here, there's no shot on the 6 and 9. So it means that if you didn't get a shot on the 8, you were screwed. So that's why I didn't like hitting it the way he just played it.
Well, he's trying to get around the back side of these. I don't know whether he was trying to get on the 13. I think he was trying to get on the 6 there to get rid of it.
I think he was, and he's okay here. It's not, I'm sure he'd like to be a little shorter, but he's still okay. And the thing about pool is when the balls are rolling, I don't care how good you are, the line is something that is a good player can get near perfect every time. The speed is another story. Nobody is going to have perfect speed playing pool.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh. So he was just dragging off the cue ball there, didn't go through with the shot. He was trying to bump the 9 into a favourable position, and he's taking his eye off the pot. So Bill's off the hook.
That's just, that's...
I mean, he's got the 13 ball to get relatively decent on the 7. He doesn't want to be too far away from it, though. He wants to kill it stone dead, or what's the angle like? Well, he wants to go through maybe an inch or 2.
That's the frustrating part of this game is, you know, you can miss the easiest shots.
Well, I think this is important for Bill. He does need a score here. You said it, Cobra.
Yeah, Bill needs to put something on him here. At least make him think about it.
Well, he's going to have to work immediately here because this isn't sitting good. I mean, okay, he's got the 5 ball, and he's got to play a good shot to get on either this 15. Yeah, he's trying to do some damage, and that'll work as far as having another shot goes. That 12 is tight. I mean, it does go, but you're hampered over the 11 to play it.
Well, it's amazing some of the players that didn't make it in this last 64. My buddy Oscar's still in there. He's in the last 32 now. He won his match in the last 64. He's going to play Max Lechner next, which is a tough match. Of course, when you get down to the last 32, I think they're all going to be tough.
I think you mentioned a player from the Netherlands the other day, Steve, and I'm pretty certain you did. I can't remember his name, but I was watching him this afternoon, and I don't know whether he wanted to go and get something to eat.
Oh, that's who Chimpy said was going to win.
Or was it him? Was it him?
Yeah,
was it
it
Chimpy?
was,
I knew somebody mentioned it, and he has a Dutch.
something or other, you know.
Yeah.
It was, he played pretty good in the last U.S. Open, if I recall. Chris Reinhold, who's another player from my area that I know in California, he beat Darren Appleton 10-5. That's a big win.
Somebody do me a quick favour. Go to YouTube and type in Matchroom and tell me what match is on their live stream at the moment. Because I'm sure Earl Strickland was going to be on. Be nice to see if he get through at the last 32. That would be an achievement for him at 62 years old.
It's 2-2, him and Shaw.
Is he playing Shaw at the moment?
Yeah, he's playing Shaw.
Oh well.
But they're on table 1, so that's the paid stream, I think.
No, is it? Maybe it is.
Yeah, table 2 is the free stream. So on table 2, you've got Tyler Steyer against Sanjin Pelivanovic, who I'm not really that familiar with, but he's up 9-6. Gorse beat Billy Thorpe. It is some great matches.
Race to 10 in the last 64, I think it is.
BJ Usuri, who's a guy that is from close to here. He plays in some of the tournaments I do. He's down 3-2 against Alcady. Be nice to see him go into the top 32.
Welcome to Potman. So the plan's got to be maybe the 13. I mean, would you use that 4-ball? I mean, the 4-ball's right in the corner of the pack.
You could, but I wouldn't play for it. That's you're not going to get hardly anything. I don't know. Just, maybe you wouldn't even get anything. That's just.
Oh, this isn't great.
Well, you can still use the 1, but it's not.
He's trying to get high enough.
It's not great either. I mean, where it is.
He's got on the 11.
Well, I'd go 11-4, and then I'd play a lot of angle on the 1 and be on the short side of it. That's what I'd be doing here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he pulled it back too far. I'd give this a little spinner and try to get a little lower. Because you want angle on this when you're coming into the rack at that short. He's going above it. Yeah, see, I don't like this. If you're going to hit this, you got to put some speed on it, and I'd put a lot of left English because I want to be coming across it. Either that or play for the corner ball like he did. That's actually a very good shot playing 11 ball because that, it'll separate off of that.
Oh, they were tied earlier on today when I checked that vote, Cobra.
Oh, I've already set up 2 tournaments. If you guys want to see them, you can give me feedback. Let's see here.
I know what they are, but I'm leaving it up.
I have to log in to do this. Why does it say this user login? God dang it! Now it wants to send me a verification code. I can't stand it,
Where's it? What you try to log into that's asking you for a verification code? Twitch? Oh, aye. Yeah, I'll send you the 4-digit number.
I just wanted to post the link so people could look at this tournament. Okay, there's a link to the black ball.
And I think the only difference that I could see was that the final's one more rack than it was in the last one. That's the only thing I spotted.
Well, that was the idea. It was supposed to be the same except for the last one.
Uh-oh. I think Bill's done it.
Did he just hose himself?
Yeah, I think he has. Yeah. He's done for. He's going to have to pull off well, do you think that banks? That 11 ball. That's tight past the 3 to bank it.
What about the 14 ball?
14 ball is going way up the rail.
Yeah. I don't think you can throw that enough.
Oh, that wasn't great either, Bill.
He tried to play safe. He's left the 11 ball, the 2 ball. 2 balls too tight. He's going to shoot the 11.
Well, Bill's 20 behind.
Actually, the
Semipro's
11-3 combo's on too. He could shoot the 11-3 if he doesn't like the cut on the 11.
Well, he's playing the cut. He don't think he fancies it. Well, is he looking at the combo, or is he lining up the cut? Yeah. It's the cut.
I like the cut better because you're not turning the cue ball loose.
Yeah, it's created so it isn't live, but you can read the main page though, and that tells you all the settings, doesn't it? That's all you need to know at the moment.
We're asking for feedback. What you guys always complain about. One pocket is spelled wrong. Well,
what do you mean?
That is probably true.
Yeah. It's spelled 3 cushion.
He's got a way with words. Got to give the guy credit. He's got a way with words.
Well, Bill's the one that's committed the errors, and how much is this one going to cost him? And how's the break ball sitting?
And here's a 3 cushion tournament. Because we got 2 at once. I figured 3 cushion was safe to run since hardly anybody's going to get in that, and 3/4 of the guys that get in that probably aren't going to play blackball.
No, they're not. None of them are live. None of them are live, Cobra. Yuck to both, says Larry.
I'm asking for feedback, Cobra. It doesn't need to be live for feedback.
Well, the black ball one is the one that was overdue, and the 3 cushion is one that we've never done.
Oh, I like this angle. Yep. Now, this is kind of funny because this is a funny angle. He's going to hit this probably with inside, which is what I would recommend. So left English, yep. And you got to hit this pretty hard, make sure it gets into the 3. Yep.
Oh, it's good to go now
good
again.
Shot there. That's a nice shot.
Well, there's one thing that's guaranteed. I mean, if you want a peaceful tournament, you get into the 3 cushion one. You're not going to see Stubb in it. He'll be long gone from that.
Larry saying yuck to both.
But yeah,
well, Larry, you know the menu can't always be to your liking.
Yeah, but Larry,
I mean, I think after these ones, we're probably going to do 10 ball since it's due. So
yeah, a 10 ball is due.
That.
Yeah, but Larry's that big a sucker. He'll be in the black ball anyway. So what's the problem? He'll be in it.
You know, it's very similar to playing 8 ball. I mean, the strategy is slightly different, but it's a similar strategy. I don't find the black ball table terribly difficult to pop balls on. I mean, obviously the pockets aren't the same, but it's not like ridiculously difficult.
Well, it used to be ridiculously difficult, though, Steve. Remember that?
Yeah, but we fixed that.
Yeah. Well, we told you often enough when we were testing. But it's bloody impossible, this table.
Well, yeah, this is not good for Bill.
This is life-threatening to Bill.
He got a few balls, but he didn't get enough. You know, what Semipro's got to do is put the hammer down on him now, because you don't want to keep giving Bill chances. He's liable to do something that really hurts you.
Yeah, he's got himself bolt straight in this.
Yeah, I kind of like how he hit that, though. He didn't try to kill it.
Yeah, he's got...
The last time he had a ball close, he made it. I think, you know, he understands how to shoot close balls. I hope I'm not commentator cursing him.
I like that one. Slim's getting desperate. At least run one pocket as a third tourney.
it'll be you and Bedhead.
You
It'll
and
be your
Bedhead
best
in the
chance
final.
to win a world championship. You'll have to beat one guy.
The odds are pretty good there, Slim.
Yep, and he bumped the 9 out nicely. That's perfect. So
yeah, it's shaping up nicely here for Semi to get to 3 figures and then settle for the run in home.
yeah, it's just the only bad thing is he's going to be shooting the 7 probably to get on the 9. It looks like he's going to try to hold it here. Yeah, he can shoot the 7 now because it's much preferable going from the 10 to the break position than the 7.
I would have
Here
liked
he goes.
Honolulu. I would have liked
Here he
it,
goes.
Slim.
He's going to shoot the wrong ball. He should shoot the 7 and come across, and then you can just make the 10 and go to the long rail and out, and you're perfect on the 9. This, if you get funny on this 7 ball, you're screwed.
Well, he's got an angle.
Yeah, he's okay here, but this shot can still be screwed up because this shot's a little touchy. It's kind of like a draw control shot.
Yeah, he's jabbing back. No, he's not. He's going around the houses here.
He's going forward. And that's what I'm saying is like that ball is not the ball. He should have shot the 7 and then the 10.
Yeah, well, he's miles away from it. This is not where you want to be.
Yeah, but it's VP. He'll probably make this. I mean, oh, that was close.
Oh, cue ball thought about it.
Yeah, that's why you got to look at where the cue ball's hitting the rack. Decide how much draw you're going to put on that.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's okay.
Well, has he set up a combo there? I think he more or less has. Yes, it's absolutely stone dead. So he can
shoot it now.
Well,
so you can get on the 10 ball and get that. Start shooting those balls.
Yeah. Get the pocket opened up. Trying for a little nudge as well. Gets the 2 out of the way. That's taking care of that problem.
I would never have done that. I would have just came back a little and shot the 2 or 10. Because every time you do that, you know, he doesn't know where that cue ball's going when he does that.
Nope.
What if it rolls up on the back of the 3 and he's screwed? Then he's going to complain he got a bad roll, whereas, you know, what he really did is played the wrong shot.
Well, once the 8 ball goes out the way, everything's there. The 8 ball's the only slight issue, and that's easy to get to.
Well, I think we are going to do a Honolulu here before too long, Slim. I think we are going to.
Yeah, I went into a room the other day.
But we will be doing it with a full rack. And the reason why is that Honolulu with a short rack is you know, 90% of the shots are going to be banks. It's like playing bank pool. When you play with a full rack, you got to play a lot of combos and billiards and caroms. So it's more like the game was meant to be.
Oh, by the way, I had a question to ask. Cobra, if you're still there. That guy you were playing the other day at 3 Cushion, did he come back and beat you? Because you were like 7-2 up or something when I was in the room. A race to 10 it was.
I see. I didn't see the whole context there, Slim. I see what you're saying. Yep. You were responding to Cobra.
Yeah, and now, has that guy got a proper rating? Because I looked at his rating, he was 2,801. He beat you 10-9. Maybe he's worth his rating then.
Well, I need to go back and adjust some billiard ratings because it had the same problem as straight pull.
Yeah.
So, of course, Wanwa message support about his...
here we go.
his rating. And so I responded, and he hasn't said anything. So I'm assuming that
well, he's still No, he's still in Google Translate, Steve. He's still having to do it into English because he's Italian.
Oh, you mean into Italian? So my response was
into Italian, sorry, not English.
Yeah. So, you know, he just asked about his rating. Is an error? Why'd it go down? And I said, same answer as before. Your rating wasn't valid. It was caused by a software bug. Many players had their ratings reduced to correct the problem. So hopefully he understands that.
Well, he ranted for an hour and a half in the lobby the other day there, and we told him that you told him about 4 times it was the ratings that were bugged, and folk were getting falsely high ratings, and that, you know, that's why it was getting fixed. But he's got it in his head that he's the only one that's happening to. He's been victimised, Steve, because he's Italian.
I've had the conversation with him before. I mean, you know, it's just.
Oh,
I don't know. Some people are just difficult. You know, you spend the time to explain things to them. I don't care whether somebody agrees with me or not, but at least try to understand the explanation.
Well, he's going to have to work the cue ball a bit here, I'll tell you that. And that's perfect. Pretty nigh perfect, I think. Certainly catch the 8 ball.
So he's on a run of 36, and you know, you would think he would just run out here, to be honest with you. He's got 53 more to go. And
he might have set a combo up, no, maybe not, looking at it.
Yeah, that was a good shot. He's going to have to get the ball spread, because none of those balls go anywhere, I don't think. That's like a mess.
Yeah, and
his biggest problem is he don't have a whole lot of balls down there to do it.
That's exactly what we're just going to say. He's not really sitting pretty with a sort of obvious ball you're going to get good on to open him. He's gone dead straight in the 2. In fact, he's gone the wrong side of the 2. He might be going forward. He'd be crazy to go forward to run into the back of them, wouldn't he?
No, I wouldn't do that here. You can play off the 1 ball or the 15. The 1 ball, you can go behind him. He's a little bit low to do that. He's going to play off the 15, and this is reasonably safe. He's got some balls up table that he can shoot at. Yeah, and he's good now. I mean,
well, I think he's good if he. I don't think he's that good looking at it.
Well, the 3 ball goes. So he can always shoot the 3 ball, and then he's probably going to break those balls up. He's going to wait, which I like to see players do that, have a little bit of patience. So there's a difference between not getting the ball out of the way that you should right now and waiting because you can get yourself a little bit better than you are. And in this situation, I think the waiting was good.
Well, I'm wondering is. I'm talking to Cobra there. I wonder if any of these good 3 cushion players are going to come out of the woodwork and get into that tournament.
Watch out. He might have just screwed himself. I guess
he's
going to
have to play the combo.
The 8 goes by, I think.
Can he get to the 6?
The 1 too.
I think he can get to the 6. Yeah, he was okay.
Yeah. But he's not going to shoot the 6 yet. This is not the angle you want on the 6. He's going to shoot the 14 here. What I would do is shoot the 14 and play shape for the 1 and the 6 at the same time. And if you come down too far, you got the 3. I mean, this is a good place to be playing from. He just played solely for the 6.
I wonder
he's going to get himself in trouble if he doesn't get to this 3 ball pretty soon. Now he's getting into a phase of waiting too long.
Is he going into the side pocket? I don't know. No.
And this is okay.
Yeah, he's got
I think he'll probably try to run into the 4-3. You could get a piece of 9. Well, I wouldn't hit it like that, but he's okay. That was a little soft. I think he may be trying to make a break ball. So break ball wise, he's got problems. He could break with the 5. The 5 ball's not in a. The 5 ball's not in a bad spot for a break ball. because it's a little above the side pocket. You get above that, it's pretty easy to shoot that 5 ball and get into the top 2 balls in the rack, which is what you want to do on a side pocket break.
Well, why not? Why not? Well, he's probably not going to do that, but why not play the 3 ball, leave the 5 ball there, and kill the cue ball in the rack and break from the kitchen? That looks easy enough, but he's not going to be doing that.
Yeah, well, he's playing for the wrong ball right now. See, if he was there on this 5 ball for the break shot, he'd be in pretty good shape. You want a little more angle than that. See, that's just wrong.
Well, I don't know where he's going with this.
He picked the wrong ball to break with. He should have been breaking off the 5 ball.
I think had he thought about getting as good as he could in that 3 or whatever it was, he could have just dropped into the rack. So it's just going to be the safety.
Well, Semipto said to me the other day, "Did you see anything wrong on my, whatever his high run was? Did you see anything I did wrong? Why don't you listen to one of these streams, Semipro? Because you're doing all kinds of stuff wrong."
Well, he said 2 runs of 50, and that's what wins matches. Simple as that. Bill's a long way behind.
It may not against somebody like Cobra. He may need 2 runs of 100.
Well, Bill's just going to kill this stone dead. Need to watch where the 5's going though. I think he's fine though. Now, hang on a minute. What have we got here? A 4 ball combo. I think the one's going to the jaw.
Yeah. It's worse than the jaw. I think it's going into the end rail. If he's going to try to skim this 13 ball, he needs to masse it a little. You can bring it back into the rack with a little masse. Now that's a shot 1 pocket players, learn a lot. Like what you do is you jack up and put left English on it and skim that 13, and cue ball masses it'll hits the rail and comes right back in the rack. If you play 1 pocket, then you'll know how to shoot that. See, he didn't masse it. And the problem with doing that is you could sell out the 5 ball. He didn't, but it was very close to. Going on here. Does he think he can shoot the 5? I don't think he can. Maybe he's just playing safe off it.
He's just coming back across.
Yeah.
Oh, he needs to slow up.
He's okay.
What's the score in that Earl match, Steve? You got an update?
Yeah, I can tell you what the score is. Let's see here. So it's 7-3 Shaw.
Well, that's it.
Yeah, Earl and Shaw have some history together. They actually live with each other.
And Shaw's actually survived from it.
I think they're still pretty good friends. I mean, they've had some pretty contentious matches, but when you play Earl, it can be that way. But I think they're still pretty good friends.
Well, Bill's got to be careful here. I don't think he wants to be. I think he just wants to be losing a point here if he can.
Yeah, you got to realize, Earl may be Earl, but Shaw is Scottish. It's not easy to live with a Scotsman. So it's not like Shaw was getting the worst of that deal.
How do you come to that conclusion, Steve? Tell me.
Because Scotsmen like to drink and fight. Well, I wouldn't say Shaw is that much of a fighter, but he sure is a lot. He sure can drink a lot. I've hung out with him before. He drinks like a fish.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That was poor. That one goes. That was not a great one again from Bill, and now Semipto going to try and get up top in this 14. Well, he's got to. There's nothing else on.
Oh, so if you want to watch the stream, though, there's a good match on table 2 now. It's Chang Jung Lin, who's a fine player, versus Shane Van Boning. and Zheng Lin is up 2-0 right now. Yeah,
Well,
Chang is a very good player.
The way this is going, we'll get to see the end of that match. What's Semi-Pro got? Well,
he's won some big ass tournaments.
15.
I think he's won the U.S. Open before. Let's see.
I've never heard
he won
that
the Derby
name.
City Classic, big 10-foot. You've never heard of this guy?
No,
Oh yeah.
I've never heard him that he's won the U.S. Open. I don't think that name doesn't ring a bell for winning the U.S. Open.
Let's see. He won the WPA World Team. He won the WPA World 8-Ball Championship, Japan Open 10-Ball, International Open 9-Ball Championship. He won the Bigfoot Challenge at Derby. I mean, he's won a lot of big stuff. He hasn't won a U.S. Open.
There's a man in the stream I wanted to ask the question. I don't know whether he's been there all day, all through the match, but are you entering the 3-cushion tournament, Monster? It's going to be 3-cushion and black ball. Cobra's looking for at least one opponent in the 3-cushion tournament. I'm nominating you.
Well, I don't know, VPM. I mean, like I said, they've had some contentious kind of things competitively, but I'm not sure that means they're not friends. I don't really know.
Well, you think the professionals know you leave everything on the table. I mean, once you're finished battling on the table, then you don't take it outside.
Yeah. Earl's actually a pretty friendly guy, and so is Shaw. They're both pretty friendly people off the table.
Well, you want to have that killer instinct about you.
Well, see, this is perfect. 9, 6, and then you got an angle on one of those. See, that's terrible. I'm sure he was. I don't know why. I don't even know why you'd be close to those. All you had to do was really crank it over. You wanted to make sure you got to the long rail. I mean, that's just.
He was wanting to catch that ball half ball and come off either side of it. He didn't want to hit it full in the face and end up like this.
No, but all he had to do was crank the English over, so he went off the end rail straight at the long rail,
Problem solved.
Diamond above the 6th pocket, the side pocket. That's just,
He's got away with it.
The thing about doing stupid things is eventually you don't get away with it.
He's the wrong angle in the 4, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, he might have to go forward. Is he cutting it the other way? No, he's cutting it the other way.
The hard thing about this shot, though, this isn't a bad way to shoot it. I like that way because he didn't have to hit it hard. It was natural.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that was a very good shot. So this is one I would stun. I don't like stunning most of them, but I'd stun this because you're getting into the 1 ball there.
Watch the cue ball.
He went forward.
Watch the cue ball. Bill's last.
Now see that he's going to be like, oh, that's why I don't like doing top. Well, because that's not a place you do top. I mean, he never uses top, and the one time he uses it is when he should stun it. He's stunning everything, and you come to the shot that you're supposed to stun, and he puts top on it.
Well, this will be the biggest comeback in the tournament if this goes Bill's way here from this position.
That was just unbelievable. Now he's going to tell me that's why I don't use top. Well. Yeah, when you're coming into the head ball at that kind of angle, that's almost always going to be a stun. If you're up a little on top of the 1 ball, then you want to maybe have a half tip to a tip of top, just to hold the cue ball because it's going to want to bounce off the rack and come across in the side pocket. I would have never gone forward there.
I'd be just dinking this 7 in and just dropping through a tad. Just a dink. That'll do.
Yeah, well, that gets him good on the 11. He's got to decide what to do here. He's either got to go through, which I don't like. I'd shoot the 11 and back it up because, and I'd back it up not just a little. I don't like going forward because it's too easy to scratch off the 3. Yeah, that's a good shot there.
Well, it's a big ask, but I think Bill can't be leaving the table here until he's in 3 figures at least. He's got to get a big run together.
And if he leaves the table in 3 figures, he probably still loses. I mean, but at least he's got a chance at that point.
Well, that's one way of focusing the mind. That's the good thing about it. Bill knows exactly where he is, and he knows exactly what's required of him. And he's got a break ball. Now, if he's committed to it, then he stays well clear of it. 4 ball sitting as good as it's going to be for a break shot. 2 ball would do if you get desperate one way or another.
See, he's going to shoot the 10 and get rid of it, and then shoot the 14 and come out.
Monster's keeping himself tight-lipped. He's not saying he's going into the 3 cushion tournament. He's making Cobra sweat.
Oh boy. Well,
this isn't great.
That was not good. I mean, there's nothing wrong with playing for the 15, but you got to hit it better than that.
Yeah, you want it off the rail. That way you can do things with the cue ball if you need to. I mean, okay, he just needs to roll this in, but...
Yeah, it's just... it just was a poorly executed shot. As a player, you don't want to be doing that because, you know, you want to see the shots doing what you visualize, not what, you know, because it breeds confidence. The more times you hit and execute the shot the way you want, the better you're going to feel about your game. You hit a lot of shots where the cue ball doesn't go where you want, then, you know, it's hard to feel good about it.
Oh dear, disaster. Absolute disaster. And that's Bill just shot himself right in the foot twice.
Yeah, I'm not going to say he shouldn't have played it like that. Obviously, you got to get the 2 to the pocket.
Well, it's just a little jabby. It's a little jabby draw shot, isn't it, to kill the cue ball? He didn't get through with the shot. That's the problem. Well, he sort of chickened out in it.
He could have done a stun run, or, you know, I mean, the thing is there's nothing wrong with rolling a ball at pocket speed, but when it's that tight where it's you know, barely got to roll in the pocket to stay on the ball, then it's probably not the right way to shoot it. I mean, you got to give yourself a little margin for error.
Well, I think your odds in the 3 cushion tournament will be a lot better than what they were in the Cowboy tournament. Mind you, Albinario will probably sign up for it, and he's. All
right, Cobra. So you've complained about not getting to do feedback or get what you want. I put up both tournaments and I get no feedback from you. That's the thing. That's why I end up doing just whatever I think is right, because other than Hugh, nobody ever gives me any feedback. Well, I guess Slim did. He wants to play 1 pocket. Yeah, nobody said anything about the race lengths. I mean,
I
except
did.
for Hugh.
Yeah, I did.
Hugh said something about the point total.
The point total in the finals to 40, that could take 6 hours.
No, I don't think so. Here's my thinking about that, okay? So I took a look at real life and what guys play, the pros. And I took a look at their averages. Then I took a look at VP, and I took a look at their averages. And then I figured out, based on the VP averages, how long it would take. And then for 2 better players, because obviously in the finals it's going to be better players. And then I finally I adjusted a little, because VP you play faster. So I looked at a tournament on Real Life Pros, and it was 42 seconds per shot. I figure it's probably closer to 30 seconds per shot in VP, because you can play it faster.
What, 42 seconds for a 3 cushion player to play a shot?
Yes. Well, you got to remember that it's really 30 seconds after the ball stopped rolling, because when you shoot a shot, it's going to take you typically around 12 seconds for the balls to stop rolling.
Mm-hmm.
So, but although, you can, when the balls are rolling out, the last 4 or 5 seconds, you can probably be figuring out what you're going to do because, the balls are going so slow at that point. They just take a long time to stop because the table's so fast.
Well,
But yeah, on VP, I would expect it to be a little quicker. So that's how I came up with the 40 because a race to 50 for 2 pros varied between about an hour and 35 minutes and an hour and 55 minutes. And so.
well, that match that Cobra was in the other day, where he got beat 10-9, that took an hour and 55 minutes.
Yeah, so the players on VP are running about maybe half as many points as the pros were. So you got to look at, that would be like 3 to 4 hours to play in VP to 40 at the same time per shot, and you got to figure maybe 20% less on the shot time. So I'm kind of thinking that the final would be like 3 hours, which, as far as the World Championship finals, isn't 3 hours kind of like a normal time?
Well, Bill's back at the table. It's definitely 100% last chance saloon this time.
Well, 40's too long for you, Cobra, but you're not going to be in the final.
And that 13 and 12 aren't sitting great. And Bill's just trying to scratch straight away here. Well, he's going to have to probably stun across and spin off that back rail into this 12 off the 5.
You go look at these 3 cushion stats and see where Cobra stacks up here.
Well, he might want to leave himself. Does he want to chip this in and come that way? That's what he's trying to do.
You're down at like 0.35 points per turn, whereas the good players are like, 0.75 and up. So you're like half of what those guys are. Well, but that's why it's going to, 40 would be too long for you because at that rate,
that's worked out not bad.
It would be a 5-hour, 6-hour match.
Got to get through far enough in this unless he's trying to. He didn't want to try and leave himself high in the corner of the pack. No, he's got there.
Yeah, that's good. And he's a little he's gonna have to stun this to make sure he gets the 12 ball.
Just caught
he
the
didn't
corner.
stun it enough. He got a little of it. Yeah.
Well, now he's got a break shot if he wants it.
The pros are running like 1.5 points per turn. So the guys on VP, the highest guy that's, played much is 0.96. There's a number of guys that are, 0.7, 0.6. There's a bunch of 0.5s. So I'm kind of figuring on that. 40 may be a little on the long, but it's not way out of line. I mean, I think it depends. I'm assuming in the finals we're going to have players that play well.
What's Doug saying in the chat?
At 25, that could be that could be a long time for lesser players going to 25. That could be a 3-hour match. Maybe I should change the winners bracket to 20. That might be a good idea because we're going to have a bunch of people in this that haven't played much.
Well, there you go. You can have the next four virtual world championships. The next 2 being 3 cushion and black ball, and then the next 2 after that being 10 ball and Honolulu. That takes care of business there.
You need more rail grab. Well, the 3 cushion table was just tuned up not too long ago. Went through it, and I can show you the shots we use from real life from some of the systems. You can take a look at them and play them and compare them to real life and compare them to what's online. And so let's see here.
Now, might not do any harm just to try and come round the other side for that 8 ball. Well,
I'm going to make it race to 20 in the winners because it's going to take forever with these guys that don't play this game. All right, change the winners race to 20.
yeah, Bill didn't want to run into the 9. He wanted to miss the 9 and come up top side for that 8 ball to get rid of it. Now he can get rid of it. Well, it's either going to be the 2 or the 9 he's working with. And he's got the 3 ball bottom half of the table here that he may well be obviously using to get there.
Well, Slim, I don't want to run anything 10 ball because that's going to be a big tournament with a lot of people in it. I mean, one problem we got is streaming stuff too. Although I'm kind of interested to see who wants to watch 3 Cushion because
Nobody.
there may be a we'll see. I'm not sure.
Yes, take care of Stubb, Steve. He's back. He's
Did he
back
get
alive.
back? I just kicked him a while ago.
Right, well,
Every BS player represent. I didn't realize I was representing any players.
Bill moves on to 70. The problem with that is he's still 60 behind.
Well, as long as you're still at the table, you're not out of it. Oh yeah, 3C is amazing.
Oh, you watch some of the shots the real pros play at 3 Cushion. Absolutely incredible. That's the only way to describe it.
If you really want to see incredible, watch the artistic billiards.
Is that where the guy jumps up on the table and swirls a ribbon around like artistic gymnastics and things like that and plays with a ball and a balloon? Oh dear, that is absolutely... Boy. Well, that's it, Bill. You've had a shot at it, but I'm afraid you've just signed your death warrant there with that shot.
Yeah, well, Semipto has not played particularly good this match, and Bill just didn't bring it.
I watched a match, a 3 Cushion billiard tournament that was on. In fact, it might have been the World Championships, and I watched a guy running like 7 and 8 in a row. I'm thinking that's incredible.
Yeah, 7 or 8's pretty good.
I mean, and this cue ball is spinning all over the place. All sorts of English on the cue ball.
Yeah,
and the table's grease lightning.
The thing about 3 Cushion, I heard somebody saying the other day on the stream or something about just missing balls and stuff like that. Well, if you watch guys in real life, that's what they do too.
Yeah.
They shoot a shot that looks great and it just misses the ball.
So Semipto is 9 away. He's going to need another rack, isn't he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's going to need another rack. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he needs one more rack, and this will be over. Well, this match is what, an hour and 20 odd minutes long so far. Far too short as far as Bill's concerned.
Yeah, I was looking at one championship, and I think, one guy had a run of 15, and then there was a couple of 11s. And
that's still great.
And I would not say that 3 Cushion is not an American game. I mean, granted,
it wouldn't have originated there, I wouldn't think.
Well, but one of the greatest players of all time is American, Willie Hoppy. He won 51 world titles.
So that was just like.
Now he played a lot of different games, but in straight pool he scored 2,000 straight, 622 points straight in Bach line, 25 points in 3 cushion.
Well, that's for the match basically.
Willie Hoppy was, he was something else.
And it goes, well, it ended up being all too easy for Semipto.
Well,
but
I mean,
it was all down to Bill, though.
Didn't put much pressure on him because he got chances. Semipro didn't play that great, but
Semipro put 250s together, and that's what you need to do.
Yeah,
you need to be making contributions to get yourself away and put that pressure on, and that played its part. You know, if you're in a race to 150 and your opponent's getting 2 runs of 50, your back's right against the wall.
I want to see somebody just run 150 out from the break.
Well, everybody thought that's what it was going to be like for a lot of this tournament, and you know they realised, they're long well past realising it ain't quite as simple as that. So there we go. We've got Bill through. Sorry, not Bill. Semipro through to play Chiku on that next one-loss side match. What have we got down the bottom? We've got the match between Cobra and Fast Eddie on, when's that? Sunday night? Is it 6 PM on Sunday night? Let's have a check. I've forgotten already.
It would be 6 PM your time.
1 Eastern, so that's Sunday night, and then the next one is that match on next Tuesday, which is the start of my days off, so I'll be able to cover that no problem. So looking at the winner's side, we have MC Clarkey Acero next Tuesday at 6 PM. Very interesting. Because again, it's late night for why am I saying Cobra, for Acero. It's late night for him, and Chimpy lies in wait. So is Chimpy going to be the dark horse? Is he going to be the one that's going to raise his game as this winner's side goes on?
Chimpy is he's playing really well. He's been winning pretty good in Friday Night 9-ball, hasn't he? I mean, he's playing well, and he plays smart, so he's got a chance.
And the thing is, he's still going to have 2 chances at it. The further you go into the winner's side, the more chance you've got. So he's in a good position at the moment. He doesn't need to sweat. He's waiting on the winner. I think, as whoever's still in the stream, are you agreed that we've got black ball and 3 cushion, and then 10 ball in Honolulu to follow? I'll take that as a yes before they all start typing this, that, the next thing. At least it's better of an idea of where you're going next, rather than waiting until things start and then we have arguments over what should be next. If you're looking at 4 tournaments ahead, then you've got 4 tournaments. They're there if you want to get in them. Right.
Yeah, well, Cobra, I thought the pockets before played too easy. I think these play about right.
Well, they're certainly not to be taken. You see the amount of cut shots have been missed, and of course, again, it's because the players don't play straight pool that often. But it's something they will become a lot more familiar with the more they play it. But as I say, at the end of the tournament, they won't be near straight pool. Straight back to 9-ball.
Practice it a lot. When I started practicing straight pool, I missed that cut shot all the time, and then I just got to the point where I understood it and I stopped missing it.
Right. So, what else is there to say? Anything else?
Not that I know of. I guess I'll set these tournaments live.
Is there anything that you're working on in VP4 that you don't want to tell us about, that you can tell us about?
Well, I looked at doing the 8-ball point thing for the leagues, so but I'm not going to do it right now. We're going to just do a 9-ball league. I got to crank that up too.
Right.
So,
yeah, thanks for watching, guys.
Chimpy will be happy. Mark Bush, I think it's Bosch or something. The guy
Yeah,
that
something like
he's
that.
rooting for. He won
He did win.
10-9 against Moritz Neushausen, and Moritz is he's a pretty good young German player. He won 10-9, so it was a hill match.
Oh, well, that is going to hot up. Any of your favourites still in it, Steve? You never mentioned.
Well, Raga's gone. And I mean, Gorst is a favorite. He's still in.
Somebody said in the stream now, you'll know who the player is, because I've forgotten his name. Somebody said on the YouTube stream, why is this player not got a flag when he's actually a US citizen now? And I think he hasn't got a flag because I believe he's from Russia, but he hasn't got a flag. But apparently, according to a guy in the live stream earlier on this afternoon, he's actually a US citizen now. They said.
Well, Gorst doesn't have a flag. I don't know if he's a U.S. citizen or not. I wouldn't be surprised if he was. But
I don't know that was the one he was talking about. I can't remember the name. You might be right.
Gorst is the Russian.
That's the one. Then it's him.
He's top player. He's arguably, top 3 in the world. Him and Filler and maybe Ben Boney.
Well, somebody in the stream was convinced he's an American citizen now, and they're wondering why he hasn't got a US flag though. I don't know.
I don't know.
Right, well, I'm calling it a day. I'm back to work tomorrow. Up at 4 o'clock in the morning again. It's bloody terrible. I slept to 11:45 the other day, mainly because I was up at 4 AM when I wasn't on my day. I wasn't at work, and I was up at 4 AM. I went back to bed and I slept to 11:45 in the morning, which is really, really late for me. Anyway, I don't want to bore you all. I want to let you get on and carry on with what you have to do. Thanks to Steve for joining us. Thanks all you guys for watching. And I hope you can join us for some of these matches. Remember, they're all on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm planning for Sunday.
Well, I'll keep an eye out anyway. I'll have Discord open. I'll see you coming into the room and then I'll know you're there. So, good night, and we will see you again soon, chaps. Thanks again.
Night.
Take care.
Thank you.